Hello, it is a workbench in the forest. Well then, I would like to filter today. Order. I'm thinking about the order in which to do it. For the time being, I will give it to this olive drab. I wonder if I will do the back side as well. I've talked about it before. For those who haven't seen it, what I'm trying to do now. First of all, when you look at the aircraft, humans recognize the color when it is painted in the color of olive drab. Color means that the object is exposed to light and the reflection of the light is perceived by the eyes. Light enters the eyes and the color is called RGB. RGB? Is it okay to use RGB because it is light? Well, in other words, it's the reflected light of the object. Let's stop talking about difficult things. In short, the receptors are red, yellow, and blue in the eyes when the reflected light hits the object. This is the three primary colors of color, but it distinguishes various colors. The light that comes into your eyes is red, green, and blue. The shade recognizes the color. So I might be a little different. The sky's blue, isn't it? It's sky blue. Looking at the sky, I feel that the sky is blue. When I look at the sky, the blue I see probably feels the same blue as you. However, if you look closely, you can see fine pink patterns in the blue. I may be a little special, after all. Even with this kind of olive drab, various colors are mixed to make this color. Aside from that story, I recognize that filtering is the task of spreading the color over the olive drab. I did it with Tamiya's F4B. In the F4E Phantom of Zoka Imura, I put a single color on it, and painted it so that the single color remained a little. Well, let's do it. I will talk while doing it. I use oil paint. That's why I brought a palette for oil paintings like this. I'm arranging the colors that make up the olive drab here, but I don't use that many. White if you want to put it from the thin side. It is better not to use yellow. It will be a strange color. Yellow ochre instead of yellow. Yellow is too strong. It's annoying to add yellow. Burnt umber is a little too dark, so I don't use it. Next is pure red. Next is burnt sienna, brown. I talked about the three primary colors. Naturally, there is also the blue of the sky and the light that hits the aircraft. The blue light pours in. There is also the reflection. So, in an extreme case, if you want to express an airplane that is hit by the setting sun, it is no mistake to make it orange. But it's not a plastic model. If this is a picture of the sunset, I'll do it. So I think there are many ways to filter. For example, the method I used to do before. I put various colors here like this. If you put too much on it, it will be strange. This may make the red stronger. I put a lot of red on it. White too. Wow, there's a lot of white. It's a little difficult for me to put it in dots. I put some oil paints on it. By mixing petrol here, drying is promoted. Volatile oil. This is a mineral oil. Enamel thinner may be the closest. However, I don't think this petrol alone will take root. Then what should I do? It's a painting oil for oil painting. Vegetable oil. Mix the painting oil with the paint just a little bit. This will encourage fixation. I'll mix it with a brush right now, so a little bit is fine. You can include it in the brush. There were a lot of paints. This means that the paint has spread to the paint. It's artistic. Next, I attached a petrol to the brush. If you paint like this and feel that there is a little less blue, or if you want to mix blue and white a little more to express the reflection of the sky color, add white and blue. There is no need to add painting oil here. By doing this, you can create patterns of various colors in the place you are doing. It's okay if you can see or not. This is a dry brush. By rubbing with a dry brush, it will become more familiar to the painted surface. It's hard to see, but it's deeper. Moreover, oil wash is also done. Can't you see the reddish or yellowish colors? You may not see it in the video. I think this will add depth to the color of the surface of the aircraft. This is the way I used to do it. It's one way. Various colors are scattered on this. Then, a reddish pattern, a bluish pattern, and a yellowish pattern are expressed. Let this dry. It can be a dryer or a dryer. Unlike paints for plastic models, oil paints take a long time to dry as they are. This painting oil, there is painting oil in this corner. It is a mixture of painting oil and a drying accelerator called Cicatricue Blanc. Be careful not to mix too much drying accelerator, the paint will come off. Oil paintings don't dry very much. Normally, petrol is not used in oil paintings. I use it only for drafting so that it will fall in the next drawing. Even if it's been around for a week in winter, white may not dry out. So this work requires petrol. However, it still takes some time to completely dry. It wasn't in a camera right now. Creepy. Isn't this Gorilla Glue there? Gorilla Glue. Now, moved. Why? This is not what I was leaning on. It moved in the corner of the eye. What do you mean? It worked like this? Like this? It's scary. Well, it doesn't matter what comes out of this house. Well, I'll continue talking. Looking at the photos of the actual machine, if you look at the world's masterpieces, there are many pictures from the front and above. After all, when I look at the pictures, somehow different colors are scattered. It's not just olive drab. The color given here now. Well, I'm painting a whitish color on the undercoat, fading, and choking base. By doing this now, various new colors have been added to it. That's why it's getting dark. So this wing is also a little dark. It's toned down. Another filtering method. It's a way to stack layers. Layer. Anyone who does graphics will know. Layer light colors on top of each other. What color should I start with? Should I start with a dark color? I put a little painting oil on my painting knife. Let's start with blue. I brought petrol here now. You can include it in the brush. I will apply the light blue I made here once here. Same as when doing weathering. Match the direction of gravity or the direction of airflow. The fuselage is in this direction, and the wings are in this direction. This is a little overkill, so wipe it off with a non-woven fabric. If it's too small, you can use a cotton swab. If it's still noisy, remove it with petrol. Therefore, it can be used as both filtering and oil wash. However, it has not become a pan wash. This means that blue is on board now. Next is red. Let it dry once. I think I took too much blue. Some remains. Next is red. It means to draw red pattern where you painted blue earlier. I hope the blue doesn't disappear. Recently, I often use this method for filtering. I was worried because I didn't have much time. Oh, but blue remains. So if you compare here and here, this one is a little whitish. This is brighter because yellow, ochre, and white are in here. That's why I'm going to put yellow, ochre, and white on here, so I think the brightness will be the same. After that, what should I do with burnt amber? Oh, burnt sienna? Let's try using Bonin sienna. What happens if you use it? I have red, yellow, ochre, and blue, so I feel like I don't need burnt sienna. I will apply yellow ochre. I think you don't have to apply it all over. I think it's okay to scatter like this. Scatter this with a dry brush to create a clearer pattern of that color. That may be better. Then, patterns of various colors can be created with the same feeling as here. So it's a complicated color. The color here has become a little strange. Can you see it? This looks reddish. That's why this one has a slightly stronger red filter now. So this means that the yellow filter is stronger. This has to be dried one by one. It will disappear at the next petrol. You used white here, didn't you? It's bright here, but it's dark, so putting white filtering at the end will increase the brightness. I'm making white now like this. I'll put blue here. How much blue do you want? If you imagine the blue of the sky, adjust with blue and white so as not to overdo it. I think this is about it. It is a good feeling. I will put this on. There were a lot of paints. Let's make it a little thinner. If you use too dark paint, it will turn white. It's strange. The red here may disappear because it was less dry. If it doesn't disappear, it's okay to dry this much. Red remains. If you want to make it a little more yellowish, you can add yellow ochre again. I'm sure some of you may have noticed that by doing this, you can also add ink to the panel line. You haven't been here yet, only pre-shading. Since I am doing pre-shading, the bottom of the panel line is blackish. I put various colors on this. This one is black, isn't it? What you are doing is the same as oil wash. By stacking filters of various colors, the inside of the panel line also becomes black. Of course, there is a part that adds dirt around the panel line. That's why I think I should add it later with pin wash. You should do the current filtering for the entire aircraft. The gray one on the bottom may or may not be done. At least I don't need white. I wonder if it's necessary. White is necessary because it is gray. You may be wondering why you can't add green even though it's an olive drab. As a result, it turns green. This olive drab can be blue, yellow ochre, and then a little red or even brown. The color that mixes them is olive drab. I wonder what happens if I add brown here. Let's add brown to this wing. I'm doing it in a spot right now, but if it's blue, I think it's better to apply it to the hole in blue. Now the oil paints are placed on the palette in the order of lightness. The darkest of these is blue, ultramarine deep. Next is brown. Next is red. Next is yellow ochre. Finally white. Just putting blue on it will make it look like this. The one that looks a little whitish is the place where the white of the fading background is provided at the very end. Now that it's starting to dry, I added a little petrol. When it dries completely, the color will not move. Next, the brown, burnt sienna that I didn't add earlier. I don't always understand. Burnt amber is darker. Use a brown filter. You should use brown. I felt that it would be dark if I used it up to brown, but it's okay. This is a yellow ochre. The last white. That's it. Actually, I made a mistake in the timing this time. I've done this oil paint filtering at this stage, but when using oil paint, it's the last time after all the painting is done. So I haven't marked this yet, so I'll drop this oil paint with enamel thinner. Then next time it will be that marking. After that, I paint it with clear paint, and then filter the oil paint. But I will omit that. See you again.